Hey everyone, it's Jeannie, and today I am sharing this fun, kiddish kind of birthday card. I thought that the Magic Dragon stamp set would be perfect, and I'm using it along with the alphabet soup from Ink on 3. So I'm only using two images from the stamp set. It's the dragon that's kind of looking upwards and blowing out a candle, and the candle itself, which I actually will stamp 3 times. So I'm stamping with Ink on 3's Blackout ink, and I wanted to also show you the Ink on 3 Ink Off Cleaner, which is really cool. They actually reformulated the pad of the cleaner. Some of them have fallen off, and it's because of the cleaner kind of breaking down the glue. So they changed it, and what you do is you wipe off the excess ink, then you kind of ink it up and then wipe it off, and it does a really good job. So if you haven't checked that out, it's super convenient, especially if you're traveling. And if not, it's just convenient to have in your house when you're crafting, because I really hate the sprays because the smell kind of gets up your nose, so I don't really like that. For the stamping and coloring, it's going to be super easy because the images are only a few. And I am coloring the candles all the same color, and I just have the dragon to color up. For the candles, I am using a couple oranges and yellows just to have that glowing effect. I keep the lighter yellows on the outside of the flame, and I think that that really works. For the belly of the dragon as well as the wings underside, I use a light brown, and for the dragon itself, I chose to do this bright blue. I kind of struggled with the colors I wanted to use for the dragon because I am going to create a background that is going to be pretty colorful. And whenever there's a colorful background, I really don't know what to do. And anytime I like using the Ink on 3 inks, I like to do rainbow colors. So I needed to pick a color that would stand out. And so I went with a bright blue because I know that the Peacock blue in the Ink on 3 Atelier sets are a little bit darker. And so that's what I'm doing. My coloring's pretty normal. It's my usual 3 colors for each of the areas. And I am not going as fast as I normally do. So hopefully you guys can see all the little steps, but I do always leave a little bit of white as a color because there will be the highlight, and that really adds to the highlighted effect of all the images and adds to the dimension. So lately, I haven't been doing that many videos, but it's because June was really stressful with a lot of deadlines and I worked ahead, and then I was going out a little bit more and kind of rebalancing my life. And then I am going on vacation in August, which kind of makes it hard because I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks, so I have to work ahead. And because I have to work ahead, I'm procrastinating. So I don't know if you guys are the same, but anytime I have deadlines or something that's imminent, I tend to procrastinate. And I don't know why I do it, I just do it. So hopefully I will have some videos scheduled for while I am on vacation. So let's go back to the background of the card. I'm using Alphabet Soup, which is one of the stencils. It has both letters and numbers on it, and I thought that this was perfect for a background for a birthday card because I wanted to use numbers and create a really fun, colorful one. It's actually pretty easy to do. I think it's just only a bit tedious because I have to mask off the numbers and the areas around it so it doesn't accidentally get inked up. Towards the end of it, I ended up not masking everything and just being super duper careful, and it worked out. So I just created a rainbow array of numbers all around the background, spaced them out, and I was really happy with how it turned out. But I did want to put some focus on the candles and the dragon itself. So I decided to go ahead and heat emboss the sentiment that I wanted to use, which says make a wish. And I am heat embossing that with Arctic White embossing powder, and I'm stamping it with the juicy ink. Then I was thinking about it because it looked a little plain and kind of boring. I pulled out the Wonky Lines stencil, and by using the Wonky Lines stencil and inking it up with juicy ink, I will be adding the strawberry champagne embossing powder, and it kind of almost looks like cake, which I really thought was just a happy incident. I really just wanted to add a bit of dimension to it because I didn't want the card to look plain. When I did this part, I was super happy with how it turned out because it does kind of look like cake. Because the lines aren't perfect, it just looks like layers of cake. And so I'm going to use this black stripe for the cake portion where the candles will be sitting. So I did mask off the Make-A-Wish sentiment. What I did was I stamped it on masking paper and I just trimmed it out and put it over just so I can make sure that the sentiment wouldn't be covered up. You definitely wanted to make sure that you don't cover up that sentiment. You want it to pop, and if you put embossing powder over it, it'll just blend in together. And putting this card together was super easy. I am just using a T-ruler to make sure that my black cardstock strip is straight, and I added it with double-sided adhesive and trimmed down the edges. And I'm going to go in and add the candles. I decided to kind of stagger them so it does look like it is on a cake, and I am so happy with how this turned out. I thought that was super cute, and it just adds a bit of texture. So if you follow my cards, you know that I don't really love white cards. I always have to put a border on it to make it pop, and I really have a hard time doing very simple white cards. So I decided to trim down my panel by 1/4 of an inch, and I popped it up on black cardstock. I tend to use my Misti to help me out with this because it kind of pushes the cardstock flush to the edge, and you make sure that everything is lined up straight and proper. So yeah, that's it for today's card. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time with another video. Bye!